Hello, my name is Tyler from Wensco, and today we're going to show you an entire job that we did. This is something that would be great for putting magnets on the side of your vehicle for an event, or even to put your company logo on the sides. The stuff that we used today, material, we used Arlon 4600 GLX and Digimag 30mm. We don't recommend printing directly onto the Digimag as it can be pretty straining for your machine, so we used vinyl and applied it to the Digimag. For equipment, we use the TrueViz VG540 and we use the Rollover Flexi for application. For software, we designed it in Illustrator and then we moved it over to Roland VersaStudios to print. But in the end, you'll get a job that looks something like this on the magnetic material, but we can go ahead now and walk you through step by step on how we did it.
First thing we have here is a file that we designed in Illustrator. You can see what it looks like here. First thing we're going to check is that it's the correct size. You can see on the right here it is 24 by 18, which is the size of our magnetic blank that we're going to be using today. Once you know that you have the right size, you can just go ahead and go into File and Save As, and save it as a PDF. PDF is the best way to bring it in to VersaStudios or VersaWorks. So just go ahead and save it as a PDF and save it. Now we just go over to VersaWorks, make sure we're clicked on our VG540, which you can see there says ready to print. We'll bring in our file that we just exported out of Illustrator, and you can see the little preview there. We're going to go into settings. I like to flip it so that it's printing right side up so you can see it. Make 2 copies and then just increase the spacing, which makes it easier for me to trim it apart. Next one is we're going to go to cut options and just make sure that we're cutting the image boundary so that we can weed it and apply it easily. From here, we can just go ahead and click OK on the bottom right. And then from here, we're good to go ahead and press the print button and let it rip and print. Once we have pressed the print button, we can go over to the Roland VG and let it run through the print and cut. After we've run the sheet cut, we can bring it over to our Rollover Flexi and then just trim out our individual prints here. So just cut off the bottom excess and then cut out the 2 individual ones. After I cut them out, I went ahead and turned on the LED lights on the rollover just to make it a little easier to weed them out. And then once that was done, I just went ahead and weeded out the individual borders so that I just had the 2 pieces that I could go ahead and apply onto the magnets. Once I have them cut out, I'm good to go ahead and apply the transfer tape to these. So what I do is I bring the rollover down, load the roll of tape on, roll that tape under the roller, press the button to lower the roller back down, and then just roll the tape directly over the 2 graphics. This is an easy way to apply transfer tape without getting any bubbles and really without needing anyone else to help you, so you can do even larger graphics than this without any help. You could just put a bigger roll of tape on here, set it down, and roll over the entire graphic all at once. Once I have the tape on them, I just take my X-Acto knife and then just cut out the 2 individual images and get rid of all the excess tape and vinyl that I have. Now we have 2 individual images with transfer tape on them, so what I'll do, I'll bring in my magnet at this point, we'll roll over a little bit and cut out the backer. Then all we're going to do is basically just line it up with all 4 corners, and this takes a little bit of time to make sure that I get it right. I just don't want it to be crooked once you apply a full transfer to this. So I just take my time to make sure all corners are lined up. Once I get them lined up, I'll bring the rollover in and simply roll over the first part that I had already cut the backer off of. Then I can lift that piece over the rollover like you see here, peel out the rest of the backer, and then roll over the rest of the graphic. After that's done, it should be pretty easy to just peel the transfer tape off, and at this point your graphic should be applied to your magnet. The very last step you need to do is just trim the edge of your design. This is so that basically it's just the graphic showing on the magnet, especially if I'm transferring an entire design onto the magnet. I don't want a little white border on the edge. So I just go ahead and trim off all the extra white that I have on the edges and make sure that it looks good. We recommend using a straight cutter for this if you have one, but for this example, I just had scissors, so we just did it that way.
And that's a step-by-step video on how you can make magnets to put on the side of your vehicle. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope it gives you another way that you can make money using your Roland printer. If you have any questions about any of the equipment or software that we used in this video, we've made videos on most of the things you saw here, so you can check that out in our YouTube profile. But if you have any other questions about it, you can definitely contact us here at Wensco, and we'll be glad to help you out. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what stuff you'd like to see us do next. And if you liked anything you saw in this video, you can check it out at wensco.com. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.